My girlfriend yelled. You're just jealous. I make more money than you. She said this while we were arguing about her unnecessary spending. I smiled and said, yes, you're absolutely right. Then I opened the account, and when she saw it, her eyes went wide. I'm 29, been with my girlfriend Fiona for 5 years. We moved in together 2 years ago, and I honestly thought we were solid. I work in software development, nothing flashy, but stable income. She's in corporate marketing, and yeah, she pulls in more than I do. Maybe 30% more on a good year. I never cared about it. If anything, I was proud of her career. That's not the issue. The issue started small. 3 months ago, she began saying she needed to attend more client dinners. Networking, she called it. Essential for her promotion. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? We'd been together 5 years. She'd come home around midnight, smelling like expensive wine and perfume that wasn't hers. When I'd ask about her day, she'd give vague answers. Oh, the usual. Boring meetings. But I noticed things. Her phone screen would light up, and she'd literally turn away from me to read it. She started going to the gym at 6 a.m., which was weird because she'd always hated mornings. She got her hair done every 2 weeks instead of every 6. New clothes kept arriving in Ubers. At first I told myself I was being paranoid. That's what toxic relationships do. They make you question your own sanity. The spending is what finally cracked me open. Our shared credit card statement came across my email. I always review it because I handle our bills. $4,200 at a luxury hotel downtown. 3 separate charges over 2 weeks. I called her immediately. It was a company retreat, she said. I told you about this. She didn't tell me. I checked my text history. Nothing. Fiona, you didn't mention anything about a retreat. I did. You never listen. That's when the gaslighting ramped up. Suddenly, I'm the forgetful one. I'm the one not paying attention. I'm the one ruining our relationship with my jealousy. We had our first real fight in years that night. She accused me of not supporting her career, of resenting her success, of being threatened by her independence. That's when she said it. We were in the kitchen, and she was pacing, gesturing wildly. You know what? You're just jealous that I make more money than you. You always have been. It's pathetic, honestly. A grown man insecure about his girlfriend's paycheck. I was quiet for a long moment. I'd never brought up money, not once. I wasn't the one spending recklessly. I wasn't the one charging thousands to hotels. Then I said, you're right. I'm really jealous about the money. I walked to my computer while she was still talking. She stopped mid-sentence. What are you doing? I didn't answer. I opened our cloud storage, the shared account where we both back up photos. I started scrolling through recent uploads. Mostly our pictures. Vacation photos from last summer. Selfies. Then I found them. Pictures from 3 weeks ago at the same luxury hotel. Fiona with a man I'd never seen before. His arm around her waist. Her head on his shoulder. A close-up of them at a restaurant table, both holding wine glasses, leaning toward each other. More pictures. Them in a hallway. Them by the pool. Them in what looked like a hotel room. Nothing explicit, but the intimacy was undeniable. What are you looking at? Her voice had changed. She knew. I didn't say anything. I just turned the monitor toward her. I watched her face. The color drained completely. She actually swayed a little, and I thought for a second she might faint. That's not. I can explain. Explain what exactly? You want to tell me about your company retreat? She sat down hard on the chair next to mine. His name is Daniel. He's a client. It wasn't planned. It just happened. How long? 3 months. 3 months. Exactly when the late dinner started. Exactly when the gym membership became a priority. 3 months of lies and gaslighting while I sat at home feeling crazy. Did you sleep with him? She didn't answer immediately, which was answer enough. Just twice, she whispered. And we haven't in 2 weeks. I swear. I was going to break it off. I laughed. Actually laughed. Were you? Or were you just going to keep going until you got caught? She tried to reach for my hand. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. He made me feel wanted. He told me things I needed to hear. So that justifies cheating? That justifies lying to me every single day? I know it doesn't. I'm so sorry. But I wasn't done looking through the cloud storage. I kept scrolling. And there were pictures of him. Lots of them. Checking his phone while she was near. Pictures of what looked like a ring on his left hand. A wedding band. Is he married? Her silence was confirmation. Jesus Christ, Fiona. You slept with a married man. I didn't know at first. Did you ask? Or did you just not want to know? She started crying, but I felt nothing. No empathy, no sadness. Just this cold, clear anger. Update 1. I told her to leave that night. She asked where she'd go, and I realized I didn't care. She ended up at her friend Lauren's place. I was numb for about 6 hours, and then the anger came. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about all the times she'd come home and hugged me. All the times she'd kissed me goodnight while carrying his scent. All the times she'd told me she loved me while actively betraying me. The next morning, I did something I'm not proud of, but I don't regret it either. I searched through the pictures more carefully. One of them showed his face clearly, and he was wearing a name tag at what looked like a conference. I zoomed in and managed to make out Daniel Hoffman, Regional Director. It took me about an hour to find him on LinkedIn. Then Facebook. Then I found his wife, Claire. Her profile was public. Wedding photos from 5 years ago. Recent pictures of them at what looked like a country club event. She looked genuinely happy in all of them. I debated for probably 3 hours about what to do. I knew this was the moment where I could choose to be the bigger person. I could delete the photos, move on, let Fiona's affair stay between us. Mature and evolved and all that. But I'd spent 5 years with someone who looked me in the eye and lied. Who gaslit me about my own perceptions. Who was now in a hotel room with someone else's husband. So no, I wasn't going to be the bigger person. I uploaded the vacation pictures to a private cloud folder, downloaded them, and created a Facebook account. I didn't use my real name. Just something generic. I friend requested Claire Hoffman. She accepted the request the next day. People are trusting like that. Then I sent her a private message with 3 photos attached. No text. Just the images of her husband and my girlfriend together. Then I waited. The notifications started coming 20 minutes later. Update 2. Claire did not take it quietly. She apparently showed Daniel the photos immediately. His response was to deny everything at first, which lasted about 15 minutes until she demanded he explain why he was in pictures with a woman at the exact hotel he'd told her he was at for a solo conference. The explosion happened on Facebook. Claire changed her profile picture to a black square. Then she posted, "If your boyfriend or husband is the type to cheat while his wife is at home, he's mine now. Consequences exist for lying. Tag someone who needs this reminder." Then she tagged Daniel. Within an hour, she'd posted the pictures themselves. The comments came flooding in. His colleagues, their friends, family members, all weighing in. It was brutal to watch, even knowing what he'd done. Daniel's company has a zero-tolerance policy for conduct unbecoming. Apparently, that includes high-profile affairs with people you're supposed to be conducting business with. He was fired. Actually fired. Walked out of the office by security. Fiona called me hysterical. "What did you do? What the hell did you do?" I showed his wife the truth. "That's all. You've destroyed lives. His marriage is over. Maybe his marriage shouldn't have been happening while he was sleeping with you in a hotel room." She hung up on me. But here's where it got complicated. Update 3. 2 days after the Facebook explosion, I got a call from a lawyer. Daniel was suing me for defamation and invasion of privacy. The photos, apparently, were taken without consent. They were vacation photos Fiona took of them, but technically they were her photos, and I didn't have permission to distribute them. The lawyer said I was looking at a potential civil suit. Then Fiona showed up at my apartment door. She'd been staying with Lauren for 3 days, and she looked like she hadn't slept. Red eyes. Shaking. She brought boxes of her things. "I'm moving out," she said. "For real this time. Not just staying at Lauren's while I wait for you to forgive me. I'm done. I'm getting my own place." I almost felt bad. Almost. What about Daniel's lawsuit? He's an idiot. Claire's attorney is apparently making his life impossible. She's going after him for infidelity in the divorce proceedings. He's trying to blame you to deflect from his own behavior. She paused. "But legally, they might have a case against you. You should talk to someone." I did. I talked to a lawyer. Turns out that while revenge posting compromised materials isn't illegal if they're not explicit, it's not exactly legally sound either. But here's the thing. The photos were Fiona's. She took them. She sent them to our shared cloud storage. I didn't hack anything or steal anything. I just shared them with an interested party. The lawyer said Daniel's case was weak, but also that it could be expensive to defend. "Why did you do it?" Fiona asked. We were sitting in the living room, and she was actually looking at me for the first time since the affair came out. "You want to know the truth?" "I deserve to know." "No, you don't. Not really. But I'll tell you anyway. You spent 3 months lying to me. You spent 3 months making me feel crazy. You gaslight me when I asked questions. And when I finally caught you, you tried to minimize it. Just twice. It wasn't planned. I was going to end it. Like any of that made it better. I took a breath. So yeah, I wanted him to suffer the consequences. I wanted his wife to know. And I wanted you to understand that actions have consequences. I do understand. I'm moving out. You're moving out because you got caught, and because his wife is making his life hell. Not because you actually understand what you did. She didn't argue. She just finished packing. Final update, it's been 6 weeks. Daniel and Claire are definitely getting divorced. Their split has been publicly messy because Claire leaked more information to his company about his behavior pattern. Apparently Daniel had a track record of affairs. His career is tanked. He's taken a severance package and moved in with his parents. I saw on LinkedIn that he's now looking for work in a different field entirely. Fiona moved into a one-bedroom apartment across town. She's been going to therapy. We text occasionally, but there's nothing there anymore. She tried apologizing in person once, showing up at my place with flowers, and this whole speech about how sorry she was. I listened. I thanked her for coming. And I asked her to leave. The lawsuit went nowhere. Daniel's lawyer realized they didn't have a strong case and dropped it. The thing nobody tells you about revenge is that it doesn't actually make you feel better. I thought exposing the affair would give me closure or satisfaction or something. It didn't. It just left me feeling hollow. I got my anger out into the world, and the world took it and made it worse for everyone involved. And none of it brought back 5 years of my life that I spent believing in someone who was fundamentally dishonest. My therapist says I'm processing it well now, that I'm learning not to blame myself for her choices. I'm trying to believe that. I haven't been on dates yet. I'm not sure when I will be. Right now, I'm just trying to rebuild a sense of normalcy. I'm hanging out with friends more. I'm working on my apartment. I'm reading again. And I'm definitely never ignoring red flags again. Edit 1. Several people asked if I've heard from her since. No contact in 4 weeks now. Lauren told me through a mutual friend that Fiona's doing okay, has started therapy herself, is taking things slowly. I'm genuinely glad she's getting help. I don't hate her, even though I did for a while. She was a person I loved who made terrible choices. I was a person hurt by those choices who made questionable ones in response. Neither of us handled it well. Edit 2. To clarify about the photos, they were vacation pictures that Fiona and I took together. She took most of them. They were backed up to our shared cloud. The photos showing Daniel were technically hers, which is why the legal situation stayed murky. But lawyers confirmed that distributing intimate images without consent can have consequences depending on state law. I got lucky. Don't try this at home. Edit 3. No, I haven't tried to reconcile, and no, I don't think we'll ever actually be friends. Some relationships just end. This one ended badly for everyone involved. That's the reality of it.